with regard to statins, I was a co-author, not the main author, but I was a co-author in a Swedish at the whole Stockholm region. And we had very high resolution data on people on statins and all other medications, and people on not statins, but every other medication. We had essentially high resolution data on all the Stockholm inhabitants. And we also, of course, knew if they got COVID or not. And what we could see, to my surprise, actually, was that statins actually lowered risk of dying from COVID-19.
Wow, really?
Statins were protective in the sense that statins are, in general, an anti-inflammatory drug. So it's not super surprising. I've seen studies on statins lowering risk of severe trauma because there's an inflammatory component of trauma, and statins also lowering risk of dying from sepsis. So the anti-inflammatory property of statins seemed to be protective if people got infected by COVID-19. So that was weird, but again, it's not data strong enough to suggest that we should start dispensing statins to everybody if we would get another SARS-like pandemic. We don't really have that sort of interventional data, but there was a clear association with lower mortality for statin takers.
I think a lot of people would kill for that data set, Max.
I'm sure they would, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds terrific.
It is a cool data set. It's super high resolution.
Is it longitudinal or is it cross-sectional?
Actually, you could say that it's both. It's an ongoing online data tracker actually developed to track influenza vaccines in Stockholm, and it's been ongoing for years and years. And so, in order to track the quality and the effectiveness of influenza vaccines that are developed yearly, they have high resolution data from all the Swedish quality registers, including medications, diagnosis, etc., hospitalization, death, whatever. And so they just changed the tracking algorithm to include COVID or not COVID instead of influenza vaccine or not influenza vaccine. So it's a longitudinal data set